The 14th day of April, 1866, will ever remain a memorable day in the annals of this republic. It was on the evening of this day, while a fierce and sanguinary rebellion was in the last stages of its desolating power, while its armies were broken and scattered before the invincible armies of Grant and Sherman, while a great nation, torn and rent by war, was already beginning to raise to the skies loud anthems of joy at the dawn of peace, that it was startled, amazed, and overwhelmed by the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. It was a new crime, a pure act of malice. No purpose of the rebellion was to be served by it. It was a simple gratification of the hell-black spirit of revenge. But it has done good after all. It has filled the country with a deeper abhorrence of slavery and a deeper love for the great liberator. I have never had a feeling politically that did not stem from the sentiments embodied in the Declaration of Independence. The sentiment that the weight should be lifted from the shoulders of all men, that all should have an equal chance. And if this government cannot be saved without giving up that principle, I would rather be assassinated on this spot than surrender to it. I don't expect the Union to be dissolved. I do not expect the house to fall, but I do expect it will cease to be divided. It will become all one thing or all the other. Either the opponents of slavery will place it in the public mind where it can rest in the belief that it is in the course of ultimate extinction, or its advocates shall push it forward till it becomes alike lawful in all the states, old as well as new, north as well as south. Julia Ward Howe, an abolitionist, poet, and suffragist, wanted to contribute something to the cause she believed holy. She visited Washington and watched one of the Army's grand reviews and returned to her room at Willard's Hotel with John Brown's body ringing in her head. When she awoke in the middle of the night, she remembered, and as she lay waiting for the dawn, the long lines of the desired poem began to twine themselves in her mind. She got out of bed and scribbled them out in the dark with a broken pen. Its title, The Battle Hymn of the Republic. Dear Madam, I have seen in the files of the War Department a statement of the Adjutant General of Massachusetts that you are the mother of 5 sons who have died gloriously on the field of battle. I feel how weak and fruitless must be any words of mine that should attempt to beguile you from the grief of a loss so overwhelming. But I cannot refrain from tendering to you the consolation that may be found in the thanks of the republic they died to save. I pray, our Heavenly Father, may you assuage the anguish of your bereavement and leave you only the cherished memories of the loved and the lost, and the solemn pride that must be yours to have laid so costly a sacrifice upon the altar of freedom. Yours, very sincerely and respectfully. On Palm Sunday, April 9, General Grant telegraphed Secretary of War Stanton, General Lee has surrendered the Army of Northern Virginia under terms provided by myself. I have always thought Dixie one of the best tunes I ever heard. Our adversaries over the way attempted to appropriate it, but I insist, we fairly recaptured it. It is Good Friday, April 14th at Ford's Theater. Our American Cousin is one of those singularly written compositions that gives entire relief to an audience engaged in mental action. In short, it's delightful. Mary is sitting to my right. She slips her hand into mine and she whispers, "What will Miss Harris think of my hanging on to you so?" And I tell her, "She won't say anything." The audience was laughing at the antics on stage. Mary was laughing, and I was laughing too. And then there was a blinding flash of light, and there was darkness and pandemonium. I think I could hear some crying, and then